aesthetically nice because they're potholed. They're like the English countryside road. But these are made by artillery strikes. Not bad maintenance.
Well, that's actually managed to... Why has that turned upside down?
So you have to go at me, and then you've messed
Oh no,
up
my camera's just randomly turned upside down in here.
It's just probably thought, sod this, I'm off to Australia.
Probably does a bloody phone now. Oh, hang on.
I come Doon under. Women come in the bungalows.
There we go. Better.
Have the caught series off that we put on?
This really doesn't like the shock from the tripod. There we go, sorted.
Very, very good. £5 fish. Or £1 fish, isn't it?
£1, £2, £3 fish. Something like that, isn't it? If you think of that one.
Come on, ladies, £1 fish. That sort of thing.
Yeah, that one. Thankfully, we are live. We've got no viewers at the moment, so we can just mess around for a little bit in the sense. Yeah, yeah.
Live.
Yeah, I've just had the problem getting the angle right there.
Waltzing Matilda, who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me?
And she sell it for 18 quid, Matt?
I don't know, I forgot.
Okay.
It was that thing that I was like, oh no, what did I sell? Oh, and I looked at PayPal and went, hey, it was 18 quid.
Right.
What did I sell? I think it may have been spray paint and paints. Because that makes sense to me.
Well, you've got that down as a separate one.
I think I had a couple of spray painters,
Okay.
undercoats and a couple of paints.
Alright, so, do you want to do
What's
this?
£11.75 plus 2 lots of... No, that wouldn't work.
Anyway, what exactly am I recording that Mark's just bought?
Well, the
Yeah, recording Warthogs.
Yeah.
Which...
And the start collecting thing.
And start collecting.
Right.
you know, you...
What, a viewer?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh,
Is it you?
I don't know yet. You know, funny enough, you don't actually get told who's viewing or not.
If it's not us, tell us who you are. Otherwise I'm just going to sit here and look at you. I can see you looking back at me. You.
Well, not that's creepy or anything, so...
What are you gesturing at me for?
Well, because this is supposed to be a podcast video, whatever you call it, of you showcasing scenery for Flames of War, and you're just doing it so I say, aren't you?
Yes.
Tis
So, welcome guys. It's a bit later than we expected. We are apologising for this. I personally was playing on this wonderful table with some Team Yankee, and funny game. It was going very funny indeed. I was losing but winning at the same time because I had the objective. So that's basically good for something to look at in the future on our underground in London.
London Underground.
So in one of our videos in the future we'll be looking at the ins and outs of playing Team Yankee and how you can win it even if you are on the back foot and only have like one man left in your whole army. But for now we're looking at the scenery that Battlefield Miniatures make. Now this is stuff that's been around for a while, and they may or may not be bringing out new stuff when they release the 1944 onwards late war book. They have.
Didn't you?
I got it in the end. They've got a lot of stuff that's coming off the website at the minute. So new and exciting maybe, or just revamp. Who knows? If it is just a revamp, rebox, then it's still going to be this awesome quality. When I say awesome quality, it is good for the price you pay. It's not like pro painted. You could repaint it if you wanted to. It's dry brushed and block colours done. But on a table, it looks amazing because it's 15 mil and it's tiny. So what we've done here is we've took the gaming mat, the new gaming mat they brought out, which is grass and a muddy stony colour in places, and on the other side of this is a destroyed town for like your Stalingrad style games. What I added to it of our own was the woods and the little lake over there, the little pond. Everything else, roads, railway track, signal box, industrial area, that is all Battlefront miniature stuff. It cost us retail price, RRP, so what it would cost you if you bought it full price. For those that don't understand what RRP is.
Recommended retail price.
You know then, that's fine. So it cost us £377 for this one. And the desert one that we're going to show in a bit that one was £376. Obviously as a shop we get it a little bit cheaper. That's kind of what the money goes on when we get sub money and stuff. We don't just squander it on beer. We'd love to, that'd be nice. These walls here from the Team Yankee set that I got a while ago. Can you see them walls?
Yeah, it's all in good, aren't
they? They are really good walls. I recommend them. They are from the Team Yankee themselves. These are all Flames of War, but obviously they work. Yeah, they are pretty cheap. I think they were about 18 quid or so. Don't quote me on that. We've lost a couple of them over time. But again, they're a decent quality. The sort of thing you can make yourself out of plastic card, but then have to sit and paint and do yourself. Just for the money, you may as well just buy it. Same goes for the roads. The roads themselves, they're not fixed. You make these yourself. You make them out of a bit of hardboard, a bit of gravel and stuff. They are printed. I don't know, like floppy plastic. You can bend them, roll them, do what you like with them.
You mean rubber?
Well, no, they're not really rubber. They don't feel like
Really?
rubber. Yeah, they feel like a flexi resin.
So I'll show the quality there.
One of the unique designs of this is you can put it on a gaming table that you've put hills in yourself, and then that will like a line over the hill, and you'll have a what you call it, a road with a hill with a road. Not been a long day at all. So that's basically the roads. The roads come in all different sizes. This is this set and this set. So there's two sets of rows there and there. The price on those I can tell you as it is here. The price on those, £26 a box. 20 Swix. Yes, 26 quid will get you everything that hasn't got a bombed bit. So you've got 6 straights and 2 of those, and there again the flexi. Obviously with them being small they don't flex much. So that is 6 of those, 2 of those. So it makes you quite a nice big large roaded area. And the other one, which is the bombed bits, that one gives you crossroads and 4 of the bombed out
That's
bits.
the front there.
And that one is also 26. Then you've got the Rural Road, which, to be honest, is my favourite. I like that myself. It's got a lot more detail for someone like myself. I'm not keen on just having cobbles everywhere. I like to be fighting in the middle of the countryside, which is why I love this side of the table myself. That's myself about 20 times there.
What we'll quickly do is we'll take it off the camera mount.
Oh,
and then, because we'll do that.
You're going to do like some steady cam
Sort of. I'll actually show the way that it is set out at the moment, because you do have a good setup at the end of the day, don't you?
Well, thank you.
I thank you, yeah.
I did it myself.
Because obviously most gaming boards are just have straight roads, don't they?
They do. We've
And
got
this
curvy,
is
all
why you
sorts.
like it, because of the
I
curve.
particularly like the railway crossing in this one. I think that's a really nice addition. And it also makes you want to buy the railway tracks as well to go with it. Which is nice merchandising. They're both 26 quid. So you've got standard rural road expansion. Now, my best guess is that the rural roads is just like this road. No rural roads. They didn't have any when I rang up to get the stuff, so my best guess is it's going to be 6 straights and like whatever. But in all fairness, I'm quite glad that we got the expansion and then the Cratered, because it ended up being a really nice road section. So we got hang on, have I actually got that? Am I just telling fibs? That's train tracks.
Well, the actual box for it.
It's Craters. Where's box for that? It looks like I've got. I'm a bit confused here.
Hang on, I think I found it.
Has it got put somewhere else?
Yeah, because you have
Just sign
got
it for
a
me.
rather big table where you've just done your Team Yankee on it, haven't you?
Oh, my Team Yankee box
So it's
of
there.
models. Right, so we'll just cut there and. Hi, welcome to Last Bastion. Oh, we're not. Oh, okay.
This is going to be live.
Okay, well, this is fun. Planned everything to the nth degree. So you've got rural roads, which is that one, and the 2 curves.
So how many straights?
That one. That's 4 straights. 2 are just got 2 have just got the tank tracks going across them. One has got a big hole in the middle that's been filled with bits of wood, and the other one is bombed out, which is that one there. It looked quite cool. It's not as bombed out as these, of course. And then you've got 2 curved sections, which you can see just going off into the distance there. That is another 26 quidder. If you make it how you want to save money, I'm not fussed, obviously. I want it to look cool instead. But if you want to save money, you can make it so it goes all the way along the whole thing, and just buy one set of roads. Have a long road and then trees either side. I'm fine with that. The other one, which is that set, the rural road expansion, which comes with the crossing, the entrance into the cobbled area, an extra piece of track which is there, just to make it into a full length. You've got the small curve, which is somewhere. I think I've not used the small curve. There are a few bits I've not used that I threw in a box up here, so if they're not on the table, that's why. There's a T section. Yeah, I replaced it with this bit here. And a crossroads which was there, which I replaced with the bombed out section. And the little straights, which I also believe I've replaced. But that is basically what you get in the box. It's there. And it's all to that same quality. Very nice quality. Floppy. Do what you like with it. And if I give you that one to just show the people.
Because we will get the tracks in there.
And I say that they've done a really nice job with these. I'm quite impressed. Even to the point, I'm not sure if you can see it on there. Can you see the footprints?
Footprints on these?
Yeah.
I can see the tracks. What about
Footprints down either side of tracks.
Right, so let's see if we can find these.
There's on this straight there is. And in fact, they're on every single one of these, so you should be able to find them. You find them?
I think I can see them. Yeah.
They're like little tiny dots.
Yeah.
Either edge of the road. and the sun running down the middle.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that's a really, really nice touch.
Funny enough, I can see it in the light in the camera. It's more difficult to see with my own eyes. That's bad.
It's amazing. It just adds that extra little bit of detail for you. I hadn't noticed that until I just looked now, so that was nice and new to me. I hope you got my excitement there. Yes, excited over little roads. And then the next set is the Cratered rural roads, which basically there, and there. Yep, 5 pieces. I don't know if that is 26 quid, but all the other roads were 26 quid, so I'm guessing that's the same. And again, it's got all the usual details. They've got all the footprints, except they've got the craters in as well now. So if I pass you the crossroads to show them.
Yep.
And again, that is made out of the same kind of flexy, rubbery type material. Each one also comes with a little bag of flock, so that you can replicate what they've got on the front of the boxes, where they've put the bits of grass and stuff. Personally, I'm not into that sort of thing because it tends to fall off, and I've got enough with all the trees falling off.
So he's on about the flock bits there on the edges of the road.
But if you're doing it yourself at home, I would PVA them on and hairspray them, make them nice and.
Why do we hairspray?
So it fixes it in place. I mean, not for my hair.
Because you don't need it.
Next is the train tracks. Train tracks was possibly, I reckon you get the most in train tracks because, yes, it's not as much as the roads. You don't get as big a quality, as big an area. But what you do get are 8 straight sections that are 12 inches long, which would cover you an 8-foot table going in a straight line, or 6 foot diagonally, with bits to spare. When mixed with the siding set they give you, you get some switches, which means you could come in here and make a double after this and have a proper nice station going on. They are same as the roads. We can do that with them, and you could literally have that as a railway line if you really wanted to. The train wouldn't get up it. Just putting that out there, but you could have it.
Oh,
so
get down it though.
It comes along up on a hill, like so, and you could maybe tack it down to your hill. I mean, that's a pretty big incline for a railway, but you get my meaning. Just pass that over to Josh. It's all right. My only complaint with these is that the sleepers. They look like they're made out of, well, they've painted them like they're made out of concrete, and they were wooden sleepers back then. I know what they were going for was it looks like the ballast on the sleeper, but if you've ever been to any historical railway, you can actually see the wood. I would prefer that to have been wooden effect. And another one, the railway line itself. I worked on the railways a few years ago, and unless this is a line that is not in use, the top of that rail would be silver because of the friction caused by train wheels on rails. It wears off the rust. The rust will be fine around the sides, that's absolutely spot on correct, but the top should be silver. So
for some
that's just being
perfectionists,
picky. Some picky arseholes like myself.
but it does mean you can paint on top though.
But you
can't
can if you wish, yeah. You can always repaint it. But then why would you buy painted scenery? But that is my only fault with them. Other than that, I think they're amazing, to be honest. In my opinion, it's a bombed out factory. It's not being used in a year because no one's come back, and we're going to fight over it to take control of it. The amount of rust that might have built up, perfect. But if that was a main line that was ferrying
supplies,
people and survive, I was going to say
supplies, not survives.
I was going to say survivors to camps, where they wouldn't survive much longer. Then it would have a lot of traffic, and it would be a silver rail. So yeah. My next port of call after that is going to be the railway station. And I may as well throw in the train switching yard into it as well. So the train switching yard gets you one of those, which is alright in my opinion.
What is it?
It is a buffer stop filled with coal, made out of wooden material. That's the sort of colour wood I would expect it on the actual sleepers. And the coal is fine. Coal dust gets over the edges of the wood, so you can live with that. Coal dust wouldn't mark it. Is coal dust grey? Is it coal? It's supposed to be coal because it was steam trains. You'd pull up to the buffer, refill with coal. That looks more like cobbles and things to me. I prefer it more black. The signal box itself is actually okay. I'm happy with that. I think it's really good. It's got windows. It's got a door at the bottom. It's a signal box. If I had to find some complaint with it, it's that when you open it up, it hasn't got anything inside it, like to move switches and crossings. But that is just very picky. If it was on a model railway, you would have had all that, and then you would have had working trains, and you wouldn't be playing wargaming. So, for wargaming purposes, that has got space for 2 bases of men inside it. I can pass you a base of men to show the people at home what that would look like in use. And again, very good quality painting. Nicely dry brushed. No complaints with that end of it. You're paying probably, I think it was 18 quid. You want to pop a man in there and just show them how it would work? I think you're paying about 18 quid for that, and in all fairness, you look on eBay, you're paying about £10 for that in MDF, and then you're spending a good 4 or 5 hours texturing it and painting it. So buy it, it's easier. This is why these things exist. So that's that, and then you've got the train station. This is nice. I do like this. Very much like the signal box. It gives you on the back how many bases of men you'll be able to fit into it. It is a very nice quality, and the painting is pretty spot on with it. For a larger item, I would have expected a lot more mistakes on it. It's got a wonderfully detailed floor on the inside. Not a lot else you can say for that. It's nice. It's a good piece of scenery. You want to hide your infantry in there? Go ahead. They're well protected. Next up, the whole reason that I bought all this stuff. I don't know where I saw it. I think it was an article that I read, and it was the factory set. Oh, that's it. I was watching someone's channel the other day doing a demo, Flames of War demo, and I won't tell you who it is because I didn't enjoy it. But I did see this set, and this set was set out with, I think it was these and some of these walls, and it just looked nice on the table, and that itself made me want to go and buy this set. You've got chimneys. They're standard chimney. There's nothing, you can't hide any men inside them. They are solid resin, dry brushed and painted. But again, the painting is not what you'd expect for the cheapness of it. The cost of the actual product. I wouldn't have expected it to be as neat as that. My only complaint, and it was immediately visible when I opened the box, was that the top wasn't painted.
Do you want to put, or saying that though, although it doesn't show up too well with the lightness, the top of that is actually painted with rubber inside.
That is, yes,
Yeah,
which is
that
nice.
is,
That is painted with rubber inside.
Do you want to pass the?
As is that one.
You want to pass the other half of the fallen
Yeah,
down
and
as well?
that was a nice addition. And that these, I don't think they're made out of resin. I think they're made out of the same thing. These, because they feel a bit rubbery. which might mean that you could drop them and they bounce, but I wouldn't want to test that. But yeah, my only complaint in the whole set buying these was that the top of that wasn't painted, and that really knocks me off. You'd not believe how much, because if you go to the detail of painting on the rubble and stuff inside here, why would you just leave that unpainted? It may be that it was supposed to be painted and they've just missed it in quality control. Other than that, it's a very nice piece. Nice addition. You don't need to buy it. It serves no purpose other than just being there. These, on the other hand, you can buy another story to go on here to make them 3 stories. For example, you could obviously they'd be that high. But that is, I think, 18 quid for the next story. These themselves, I believe, are £36. It's the most expensive piece of scenery we've bought. But I was happy to pay it because I wanted it. Because I saw it in action and said, I want that piece of scenery. You can fit, I believe it's 6 bases on each floor. 1, 2, yeah, I think it's six on each floor. So that is enough for two full platoons of infantry, as far as I'm aware, depending on which nation you're playing. These did let me down slightly. They are lovely pieces, except, and Josh will show you this, the doors. The doors are the biggest letdown ever. The roof's fine, everything. The windows are perfectly painted. The doors look like they've just had the paint shown at the door, and then it went paint. You'll see. They're very washy. It's the same on both these scenery pieces. Considering I think it's remarkably cheaper to buy the railway station, I would err towards the side of I wasn't overly happy with the purchase purely because I'm a picky bugger and those doors weren't painted correctly for me. It just wasn't. The rest of the building is wonderful, and the white on that building, it's pristine. Even to the fact that they painted the inside.
The inside's just grey.
The inside's painted on this other one that I'm going to show you. Not that the doors let me down. If I was really bothered, I could dry brush over it. But you've got to be critical in these sort of things. So that would be the brick factory, that one there. If you can see that. And again, you know what it comes with. On the photo, to their credit, on the back of the box, and the photo on the front of the box, you can see the wishy-washiness of that brown paint. So if you were to buy it and say, it's a bit wishy-washy, well, it was on the box, so you bought it as per the picture. So yeah, it has that going for it, that it does show you the wishy-washiness on the box. And the same goes for the destroyed brick factory, it does show that on there as well. So, you know, kudos there. They've shown what you're getting. Show you that, you don't need to see the bottom. It's identical to the other bottom, although they've painted the inside of this one. So I wonder if that was an accident that they haven't painted the other one. There's a piece of wall inside, which is a nice addition, a partition wall. And again, you can put your infantry in there nicely. It gives them bulletproof cover, and it would conceal them. So if you were a infantryman hitting on 4s, you'd be hit on 5s, and you would have a firepower check to see if you die after you failed your armour save, which is pretty nails. I don't know if there's any other rules, but I would like to see something in Flames of War that means if that gets hit by an artillery strike, they would probably get disintegrated. There's something to be said for artillery hitting buildings, but I think on this scale we're looking probably at the fact that it's like you've seen here, it's missed a lot. So that's the factory. The chimneys, I mean that's the box for the chimneys. All these come well, all ours did. I unpacked it all first because I didn't want you to see me squirm on camera when I opened the polystyrene. But they all come in a very nice polystyrene container, and really well protected. My only complaint with the packaging is when everything's in it, you can't get it out of the box. It literally, it's so bulging that it won't come out of the box. I had to open both sides and push very hard, and I was wanting to keep the boxes intact, which meant it was quite difficult. The other set we've got on here are the craters, which there are 2, 4, 6 craters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's another one somewhere that I can't see.
There's one behind the ruined factory.
Behind the ruined factory. They're really nice. In game terms, we've played with them today, and it works nicely. We just treat everything as a cross-check. They are nicer than the ones that I've made myself. And for the cost of it, can't think how much that was, but I do recall it wasn't overly expensive. Which one's 236? I've got a price on 236. 236 was 20 quid. Was that the yeah, 20 quid for these chimneys, which wasn't a bad price for something that's a nice addition. But yeah, the craters, I do recommend them. They look really nice, and they work well in game terms. And the crated roads, the crated roads work nicely alongside them. You literally can make a huge area of devastation. And if you were to drive a tank across all this area, it would be a cross check. From there, you would be able to drive over it all, but only because you have managed to make your cross check. If you failed to cross check, you would stop here and not move any further. You can, if you want, do individually per crater. But our game earlier was like 3 hours. We did play 210 points ish each, which is a hell of a lot. Normally you'd play 100.
What did you do in Flames of War, Team Yankee?
Team Yankee, we did 300 points of Flames of War the other week, and it only took 3 hours. So Flames of War was quicker to play than but a lot of Team Yankee was building our army force, and then trying to navigate minefields, which was hell. But yeah, if we'd have done cross checks for each bit of scenery, it would have been for hours, because I think I had about 50 units, so it would have been hell. So we just said from one end to other, you know, that is one cross check. The woods, as a note to you guys, if you wanted to make these woodlands, the trees are from Javis, and each tree is based on a piece of MDF. They are flocked with PVA and a mixture of flock, and then we have sprayed PVA over them to fix them in. It makes for a very, very hard surface, and most of the flock stays on. The only problem that I find with the Javis trees, which you find with a lot of these trees anyway, it's not just Javis, they don't come pre-glued. You've got to spray these yourself with watered down PVA to give them a very nice finish. Otherwise, what you end with is, we haven't got any on display at the minute, we end up with trees that just look like wire bushes because all the flock fell off. So as soon as you get the trees, give them a very, very, very literally cover them in like a watered down spray can of PVA, and it will fix them in nicely.
Hairspray would work, yes or no?
We tried hairspray and it didn't work on the trees. It works for most things like static grass and stuff. I've not tried spray varnish. The Games Workshop spray varnish is very good. Could probably do that with these. But that's just a quick note on our trees. Obviously that wasn't the whole point of today, but they're on the table, so I thought I'd mention them. Them rocks we bought from eBay, I think it was. So what we'll do is we'll flip over to the desert one. You've had a good view of this. It's lovely. Can't fault it really. I've nitpicked, but honestly it was worth the money. Gonna flip round to the desert table, which is also from Battlefront, and all the stuff you'll see on there will be Battlefront stuff. There is nothing that isn't Battlefront, and that was the same amount of money really spent on it as it was here. Yeah, that's open, that cabinet. So what I'll do is I'll grab the bits we've already opened and swatch them on the table for you to see. Josh will show you some close-ups of it. The first one I'm bringing over is the small desert houses. I'll just put them there. So they're small desert houses. Small desert houses cost 20 quid. The medium desert house, which I'm bringing over next, is also 20 quid. Now these are the same sort of quality as the previous, but for one small fact, in my opinion, I don't think you get as much of your money's worth with these as you did with the other stuff, because the factory was 36 quid and these houses are 20. Now the two small ones are 20, but then this guy by himself is 20. I don't want to be the bad guy around here, but I don't think that's worth its money. Especially since some MDF stuff on eBay for the same sort of size is like a £5. Now these, on the other hand, are worth the money. I do thoroughly like them. I think they are amazing. Desert palms, 25 quid, and you get everything you see there. The palms themselves look really nice. Maybe paint them, give them a wash. Other than that, it looks nice on the table. The base itself, again, is it is flexy. Need to get the walls out of there if you want to get them out.
Yeah.
It is flexy. It's a bit harder than the roads were, but again, if you put them on your table and just put a hairdryer over it, it'd probably melt to your table. So they are 25 quid. Lovely box. Literally shows you everything you get on it. Very good. Is that in shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Literally, this entire table is in shot.
No, I just wanted to, like, if I was here, whether it was still.
No, literally, as long as that's the cut-off point there.
Another set that I did like when I opened it were these walls. I ain't sure whether I've got all the walls though. I think I might have lost some. So I'll grab the box just to show you. So, Desert Walls box, it's £20. Now, picture, and that's what you get. But what I'll do is I'll run you through that anyway. So on here, you've got 2 of the tall walls of each variety. So that is those 2 and those 2. Now I'm guessing pricing is based on how you cast them maybe, because I'm guessing there's a lot more resin involved or whatever they're made out of in these. A well and a gate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's right. It is the correct amount. That's fine. And then there's 4 small walls. For 20 quid, I thought that was pretty good. It's about as much as what you get in the furnace towers. Definitely worth more than the buildings. I think that one's overpriced at 20 quid. That's kind of meh, okay, 15 to 20, but I'd have only paid 10 for that, preferably. I think you can only get like 2 bases of infantry in there. Again, it's nice, don't get me wrong, it's lovely, and the brickwork showing and all sorts. But I'm picky, so that is the walls. Now, when I added it up, I actually added up the stuff that I'd opened. So I've opened those. They're already added into the price. The gaming mat itself, these gaming mats are £70 and they're double-sided. This one is about half as thick as the other one I showed you. The one that I showed you earlier is, I'm going to say, like your cheap mouse mat size, I think. Yeah, put it in if you want.
No, it's literally mouse mat size. But no, that picture one.
You reckon it is mouse matty?
Yeah, it is.
Because this is like your really thin. This is nice. We've had this 4 years, I think it is, and it's been played on a lot, and it isn't scuffed. If you put an iron to these, it irons them out. You can see how a bit of heat on there, and it goes to your full table. The other one is too big. It is 1 inch too big on either side. It's supposed to be a 6 foot by 4 foot, and it's a 6'1" by 4'1". Now, have I just told fibs? Have I just done a discredit to Battlefront Miniatures here?
Well, if you have, you still got time to redeem yourself.
Redemption is coming. Could you grab me the box of small houses, please?
Box of small houses. Whereabouts?
There. Small
Large,
desert houses.
Large, medium, small desert houses. This one. Yeah.
No, I've got out of jail free there. So, small desert houses, this is what I don't get. Small desert houses, which is that and that. That's 20 quid, okay? Ruined desert houses, which there's not a great deal less involved in these, is also 20 quid, but you get one more building. And it's this building here.
Got cellophane.
So, to have it a little bit bashed up for half the price, I'm thinking this is probably more worthwhile. But the test is, like they say, the proof is in the pudding. Let us get these out and see how they are price-wise. So, a knife. Now I don't want to reuse the box, but put the blade out too much there and almost slice my finger off. Health and safety at Last Bastion is brilliant. So, what have we got inside? We've got a cardboard rather than polystyrene. More things for me to cut myself open on. Oh yes, please. That would be lovely. Something. We having hot drink or cold drink?
Someone said, would you like something, because you're doing a lot of talking, something to wet your whistle?
I don't talk too much. Yeah, I'll something to whistle. Something. I'm not going to have sugar today. Well, not much. So I won't have Coke. I won't have Diet Coke. I'll have Vimto, please. Vimto, sponsors of Last Bastion's Battleford Miniatures. Looking at. It's not, honestly. We don't get paid by Vimto to do this. If we did, that would be nice. If you're listening, Vimto, could I have lots of free Vimto for the shop?
You said you don't want sugar. Vimto's got sugar in it. It's not sugar free, it's normal Vimto.
It's not sugar free.
Yes, it's normal Vimto, it's not diet Vimto.
I drink that by the bloody bucket load. I thought it was aspartame. No, that's the stuff on something else.
Sweetness.
I thought it was sweetness.
No.
So that's why it tastes so nice. Oh well, looks like I'm having Vimto.
Yeah, still Vimto then?
Right. This is not a complaint, but they're really well packaged. There we go.
You still want this one, then, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Shall I do the whole product placement? You ready?
I'm about to say, there we go.
Vimto. Refreshing and tasty. Gotta get a sponsorship now, haven't we? Gotta get a sponsorship. So
that's where the lawsuit comes through.
Yeah, the lawsuit. How dare you associate us with your business? Right. That's the first house. you will notice there's not a lot missing. While I unwrap the other one, Josh is going to show you that one. So it's almost
Do you
a
want to
full
pass us
house.
the one it's compared to?
Yeah.
Because do a nice little comparison then.
And again, I'm just going to reiterate, £20. The difference in price is 20 quid. So let's see what the next house is. So what you don't get is you don't get the longhouse. So you get two of the ones that Josh just showed you. So am I going to look like I've got massive omelettes on my face? Because the next house is the medium house.
What's my back in that?
Feel a bit of omelette. Do you feel a bit of omelette coming on here?
Bit of omelette. What there?
Bit of egg on my face.
No, you've always got egg on your face. See that? That I'll say is proper ruined building. That.
It's a nice room building, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot better than the last two.
We'll just ignore the fact that I was going on about it being overpriced. So, price-wise, I think I still rather buy the ruined building. Game terms, yeah, you can get a few more info up here, but yeah, you get more scenery. So that's 20 quid and that's 20 quid. I think that's better value, just because I'm greedy. I still bought them. I still like them. Not that I don't like them. I would still go and buy them again. So that's them. The next one, which I've been looking forward to, I'm going to say that for last. We've got the ruined large desert house and the large desert building, ruined walls. I don't know if they didn't have the large house. So they didn't have the large house when I ordered these, which means, unfortunately, you fellas and lasses and dogs and cats and rabbits and guinea pigs and whatever else is watching it,
We have said, we've got Mace 1982.
saying stop this in Battlefront.
Offer free Vimto of every order over £100.
Okay, just for you, every order, this is official now, absolutely official. Every order over £100 gets a free Vimto. Sponsors of Last Bastion. Oh, you can't see me. Oh, hang on. Sponsors of Last Bastion.
Right.
There we go.
Bear in mind, yeah, this what I've got here. Oh no, yeah, I have actually cut your head
You've
off.
cut my head off. So all this talking I've been doing,
Well, I did say, do you want
it's
a
been
chair?
my giant, big, manly belly.
You've got a chair there. You can sit down.
No,
Don't
I'm
get your full
fine.
frame.
They don't want to see me ugly face, do they?
We've also got Rue Destroyer Gaming. I hope I has said that right.
Rude Destroyer Gaming.
Yeah. Nice excuse to spend money here. Haha. Well,
Very
yeah.
nice excuse to spend money here. I mean, like, we need an excuse. We're wargamers. Wargaming. Sponsored by Vimto. You reckon that's going to work to get us a sponsorship here? Right, so the next building is this one. This is the ruined large desert house. Did I tell you how much that was? I just ripped the cellophane off.
Like a band-aid.
It was either 18 or 20. Who knows? It was some money that really has gone, and I've got no regrets. So, this is lovely. I actually like the way they've built this. So, you can see in there, you've got the inside of the house.
You can let go of
So,
it.
like, you're going to show you in a minute. So, you can see the inside of the house, right? And I was going, how do you get men inside? Well, there's one floor, and there's the other floor. And that fits together really, really nicely.
That's really impressive.
That is good. It's simple, effective, and I've seen it done many different ways, and that is possibly the best way I've seen it done. So, I like that. It's good. I like it. Show that to the people.
We have Mace 1982. Defo too much sugar.
Need more sugar.
Seems a hole in that. So we've got first roof.
Oh right, well, we have got a large desert house. So 18. It's 18 quid for the ruined and 20 for the large. I don't think I've got a large desert house, and it wouldn't fit into the budget. But you want to show them that box to show them what the actual is like. I went for the ruined because it fit better into the budget. I wanted to keep both gaming tables below rather than fight for
Below how much?
below 400. But at 376 for this table, I could have had that in it. If we get 3 people simultaneously commenting, put it in right now, I will put that on our table. Okay? Challenge. Another one at 18 quid is Desert Walls that are ruined. It is the same as before, except they're in bits. I went for the walls over that other building. Obviously, if I go more on this table, I've got to go more on the other table. So you'll have to think of something else we can put on that other table to make up to 400. In all fairness, the walls are probably 18 quid, so we should probably open that building. Not that I need much persuasion, but I did put the other wall section on there.
Well, I don't think you've got any other scenery
But
for...
I don't think I have another large desert house. If a customer comes in wanting a large desert house, I'll have to try and get another one from Battlefront. Do you want to show the box while I break into this? Did 3 people simultaneously comment, or did nobody care?
We have got Mace is saying put it in, and that's what she said.
Who is this Mace? Who is he?
You know, I was waiting for someone to do an innuendo
Is it
comment.
Lewis?
I do not know.
I'm sure his surname's Mace. Mason or something. So he's like, no, it's my secret. No one can know my identity, for I am a Powerpuff Girl. You're not, Lewis, if you're actually, that is you, you're not a Powerpuff Girl, mate. You're way better than Powerpuffs.
You know, I said it was a road destroyer. No, it's actually a C. I didn't get
So it's Code Destroyer.
No, it's RC destroyer.
RC Destroyer. Remote Control.
RC
Does it break
destroyer gaming.
Remote Control. Oh, RC Destroyer Gaming.
Yeah.
Hang on, is this a person who isn't just a customer? Is this a person outside of our circle of people who is watching us doing this absolute load of tosh?
I have no idea. I don't.
Thank you.
It's
That means an awful lot to
it's
us.
usernames. I don't know people's usernames.
Well, usernames normally follow, like our username is what, Last Bastion, isn't it, or something?
Oh, in answer to your question, Mace 1982 is the Loon Curse guy. That's the one that bought 2 copies.
Ah! Well, hello, sir. How are you?
You've completely forgotten his name, haven't you?
Yeah, of course I have. I've got a 2-second memory. I'll have forgotten that I've done this tomorrow.
Oh,
It was a very nice pleasure speaking to him, though. We had much conversation before I received a phone call and had to. Wow. I would love to say that this is easy, but they put so much sellotape around this to keep it attached that it. So my only complaint with the walls is they're too well sealed. But to be honest, they're looking actually really nice. I'm just going to attack it with a knife. Oh, and I did buy all this before you gave me the money for the Loon Curse, by the way. Oh, it's like Christmas. When you have that auntie who always wraps up your present covered in sellotape, and it takes you all Christmas Day to unwrap her present. With me, that's Auntie Yvonne. Hopefully she might watch this, and I'll probably just get the present thrown in my face at Christmas next time.
Mace said he's very, very good, thank you for asking.
Craig.
That's his name. Craig,
I mean, I still didn't know when he went Craig. I was like, oh, Craig, yes.
Well,
So I am sorry, Craig. I really am sorry, but I do struggle with names.
We also have.
In fact, I struggle with life, to be honest.
We also have Robinson 1 2 3 4 5. Hi, Last Bastion.
Hello, Robo Robinson. I seriously would love to know if you're a robot.
That's also 3 different people, 3 different comments.
But have they said, put the building on? You've all got to say, put the building on.
We've got
I know one of you did.
Two people have.
Two. Come on, third person. Third person comment, and we'll put the building on the table.
Mace has actually put love that reference, Matt. Stock brought before pre-orders. Well, some people do, like, don't they? They'll buy new stock before seeing to the pre-orders, won't they?
Yeah. Oh my god. Right, that was actually harder than anything I've ever done. So, aesthetically pleasingly, if that's even a phrase, I like these over these. Much prefer them over these. Money wise, I think there's about a couple of quid difference, so it's not a massive amount. So you've got those normal, they're the destroyed version. I like it. Colour differences, you still get to hide behind them with your infantry. Then that for that one. That one for that one. I love the gate. And the well with all the mud in it. And if you're looking to make more scenery for your money, the ruined walls is better, because that is what is left of the normal walls. And if you put these together, you end up with
Jenga?
Absolutely. There you go. You end up with a larger wall area. So yeah, I'll go with that. So together they're going to look awesome. Very nice set. I like the colours. I'm not sure if Josh has shown you that.
The what?
The colours, the difference in colour on them. The white dry brush with the very dark kind of, I would call it Rakkar Flesh from Games Workshop. I don't know what the other colour would be. Dirty white. That in itself, fine. I love it. Nice colour. I'm going to crack open the large desert building, which contains 1 desert building, apparently.
We have had from, well, we've got from Robinson, will Last Bastion do Friday Night Magic?
If you come down for it, we'll do it. If we can get a good majority of people, like say 6 or 7-ish, so we can get a good few people around tables, I'll quite happily do it. Carl from Barnsley, who owns Barnsley Models and Games, he helps us out an awful lot with things, and we could probably get some sets, maybe, if I ask him very nicely, offer to walk his dog, that sort of thing. Might be able to get some sets off him to do some Friday night pre-releases as well, maybe. I'm not sure if you need to be like signed up for those to a special Friday night club or something, but I'll do what I can. Definitely we're going to be opening Thursday and Friday. I'm going to say it was Harper for this month I've decided on doing it. Sean, our lovely eBay guy, he is going to stay and work for you guys. So you can come down and play your games. If you don't come down and play your games, then we'll choose a random night between those two nights to stay open. But I'm only going to stay open for 3 nights of the week. At the minute, we've got Wednesday and Sunday. Thursday and Friday are going to be.
What times? What time so far? Wednesday and Sunday, so people know.
Well, why don't you say it?
Because you're the one talking.
I'm a child, by the way. So, Wednesday we have the Rotherham Redoubt Gaming Club. It runs from 6 o'clock till whenever you guys go home. Unfortunately, if you are here, I find work to do. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug. You're my best favourites of all favourites in the whole world. Sucky, 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 sucky uppy.
We have a question.
Yes.
We're getting started into Flames of War. We have from Mace. How easy is it to get into Flames of War itself, and what kind of price point are you talking?
Are we talking about my Flames of War? When I go mad?
No, well, generally.
Or are we just talking about starter set prices? 25 quid for a starter set? You're pointing at open fire that can be replaced in a month with a very, very nice new set.
Saying that, though,
Better
actually
than that set.
look at it. It looks like it's got the same stuff in it.
But I don't know what the new set's called. I haven't seen it, but it is rumoured to be ecstatically good. Could you just pass me the Hammerfall set from up there, please, Sean? So this set that Sean's brought over now, because he's skiving from doing eBay.
Sorry, no, I don't know what I'm passing
So
to you.
Hammerfall is the what the hell?
This is Team Yankee.
That's Team Yankee. I meant Stalingrad.
This is completely the wrong set,
that's
but
Team
anyway.
Yankee. So price point for Team Yankee is that is your starter set for Team Yankee. It's 25 quid. Bit of flump up there. I think the Hammerfall set is probably in a cabinet which is locked at the minute. It is 2 Soviet T-34s and a Valentine versus 2 Panzer IVs, and I believe, is it 25 quid, Sean? While he went off to get that. Yeah, it's 25 quid. So for 25 quid, I believe you're getting a rule book, you're getting some tanks to throw on the table. After that point, they actually have a very useful app. Is it an app? It runs off the internet, but it has like an army builder on it. I use it all the time. It cost me about $6 to get the unit cards that I use for my army. Now the army books are 15 quid each. In it, you get all the stats. So
Looks to the camera, not me.
I don't look at the camera. They might see my eyes. I was actually just like, looking at you because you're so beautiful, Josh.
Oh, I love you too,
yeah.
darling. So we have Stalingrad.
So in that one you get unit cards, you get the Flames of War rule book, you get some bits of scenery. It's the flat cardboard style. Actually, that is good for playing Flames of War, because I have found when playing with actual trees on tables, you get stuck and you have to take the trees off. So you end up with just the base of the trees showing and all your units on there. So the cardboard stuff is great. It's wonderful. So price point wise, 25 quid for a starter set. That will get you about 4 or 5 points of models. You can play it as large as you want. I have got a 500 point army, which, to put that into context of 140,000, everyone's familiar with 140,000. My 500 point army is the equivalent of having 10,000 points in 40k. It probably cost around about 500 quid, which is what you'd spend on 1,500 points of 40k maybe. So like a box of tanks, a box of Panzer IVs, which costs you about 30 points. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. We've got 8 viewers.
8 viewers? Who's watching this rubbish?
Well, I'm on the laptop.
Oh, 8, hang on, where's that can? Hang on. To our 8 viewers. Vimto. So, I normally suggest to people to spend 50 points, okay? Team Yankee 50 points will get you an infantry platoon, some tanks, some support vehicles. It's a good jump off point. How you do this and what you choose will, whatever the word is, dictate how much money you're going to have to spend on the hobby. If you get 50 points of tanks, obviously light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks, you could buy 2 Tigers and that would be your army. That's £17.50 and that is your army at 50 points. Okay? Or you could buy Stuart light tanks and that is about 30 quid for 5 and you'll probably need about 20 to 30 of them. My personal favourite is the M10 Tank Destroyer. It's around about 12 points for 4 of them. It comes in around about the kind of 25 mark, I believe. I've got a box, but I can't run and get them. But it is a very good game. It's well worth the investment, and I've played a lot more recently than I've been playing other war games, purely because table space, yeah. We've had basically massive battles that in 40k you can only dream of playing at Warhammer World in like the whole area. I mean, the other week I put 40 Shermans with infantry support on the table. Now imagine that is a full chapter of Space Marines with their support vehicles. It's on the scale of Epic, as in Epic 40k. So if you've ever played Epic 40k, imagine that price cost, and then that's how much this costs. So your pack of infantry is like 15 quid for a pack of infantry. That does you all the infantry you'll need for your small army. I normally run 3 platoons of infantry. I normally run an artillery piece, which is 20 quid for 4. That's my unit. I'm currently going on to priests for the allies because 6 artillery pieces gives you a bonus. That was 40 quid for 6 tanks. Points wise, it's not a great deal, but it's my choice to spend that. You could go down the large tank route, or you could have the infantry route. There's many different routes you can choose. If you're looking to keep it cheap, it's tanks. If you want flexibility and your money's an object, it's infantry, artillery support, and a few tank destroyers in there. I don't know what's going on for late war at the minute, but I'm pretty excited to be able to field some of the like Pershings, all that sort of thing, King Tigers, some of the later war stuff, because the Germans got Panthers up to veteran ability rather than in Desert War they were like 5+ skill values, which is pretty rubbish compared to veterans, which is 3+. So there's an awful lot going on with it. I suggest come down, have a game with us, have a look at your style of play. You can use our models, it's fine. We've got armies that we have in the shop. Just tell us what you want to try out, and we'll put something together for you, and you can try it out. We'll show you just how it works, because at first it's quite daunting, all the different rules and stuff. So do that if you want to come down and try it. Just let us know. We'll sort it.
We've had Maze has put, so it's got a cheap starter and try it out, and then after that it's all about what you fancy. So
Exactly.
It's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We've also got RC Destroyer has put, are all these models built and painted, or can I look forward to painting these tanks?
The tanks. Give us 2 seconds. The tanks, yeah.
Literally, Flames of War Team Yankee. Are they painted or are they not?
Right.
They come disassembled.
They come disassembled as kits. I'll grab you the M10s and show you. See, we don't just stick to doing buildings. M10 tank destroyer unit. Shows you how to paint them. On the back you can see instructions. Show you how they come. Adaptability, the way to survive in business. So that is your
That's a
M10
funny way
tank
of saying opening shop stock.
Opening shop stock. Sponsored by Battlefront. So they are there. That is the M10 tank kit. The plastic is pretty good to work with. It isn't your Games Workshop standard, but it's good and it's cheap. And at this scale, you don't really need your Games Workshop standard. One thing you'll like about this is going to show you the new points. When I say new points, when I've been saying 5 points, 4 points, 10 points, that is because they changed the point system in early and mid-war. The late war is coming up next, so the points are going to change for late war. This will show you the Desert Campaign Americans, which were very gung-ho. They came in, they told us they knew what they were doing, and got themselves shot to pieces. The British are hit on what they call careful 4+, and the American is hit on aggressive 3+, because they were just, yeah, we'll do it, let's go. In late war, they are careful or cautious 4+, and they are also veteran 3+ for the skill level. They are trained 4+ in desert, so there's quite a lot of difference in. That'll make more sense to you when it comes to playing, but it's quite a lot of difference in skill values and cost ratings of these tanks. So for 4 M10s, it's going to cost you 32 points. Now that is a lot. I mean, a Tiger tank, 2 Tiger tanks is 52 points, I believe. But I've seen these guys the other week rinse straight through the armour of 2 Tiger tanks and a platoon of Panzer IVs to the cost of only losing 3 tanks. Just show the guys the card. That is the layout of the cards now. So it tells you all the information to play the game on that card. The only other thing you'll need is pretty much the cheat sheet, the how to play guide, which is 2 pages from the back of the rule book. So your to hit value is what your enemy has to roll to hit you. That's modified by whether you're over 16 inches away, whether you're in a dip and there's cover. We'll be doing a kind of a how-to guide to play in Flames of War at some point. Everyone's got them, so check YouTube, but ours is going to be the best, as it's sponsored by Vimto. Or maybe Iron Brew that week. Who knows? Whatever I feel like.
Whatever's in the fridge.
Whatever's in the fridge. My old sandwiches. Sponsored by. So, they are going to be in my army. I hope that answered your question as to what they look like. To paint them, it's straightforward. They do a range of sprays for each army. So, like in 40k, you've got Macragge Blue to paint your Ultramarines and Blue Angel Red to paint your Blood Angels. You spray these in the desert colour that I've not got in stock for Desert Warfare. It's like an off-brown.
You've got some paint up down there, haven't you? As a just...
Yeah, I painted them wrong.
Oh.
I've got the Panzers painted correctly.
Oh, right.
The Panzer IVs that I've painted, they are in DAC yellow, which is Deutschland Afrika Korps or something.
Yeah.
And that is a nice kind of off Zandri dust colour for your Games Workshop boffins. These are more of your kind of dark Mornfang brownie colour, bit of a reddish tinge to it. One of them's got the, I mean you can see it on there, it's a kind of browny dusty colour. The British come onto the field, they're sporting a, on the front of the Desert Palms, they're sporting a desert camouflage scheme. You can obviously see why the Americans were a lot easier to hit, because they hadn't thought about camo. This is when an American comes on and goes, "Hey man, I know that my great uncle Zebrahead, he drove a Sherman man in World War II, and he had a camo tank." And I'll say, "Okay, sorry, I'm English." Anyway, next is the Desert Admin Building. I've been looking forward to this ever since it came out, because I basically couldn't get hold of one when it first came out because they sold out so fast. And I got distracted with other games and forgot all about Flames of War until the new
Before
shop.
you start changing
I've not.
it,
You know what? Who was it?
Mace has said thank you.
Mace. How could you?
He has said
You
thank
interrupted
for
me
taking
with this
the time
massive
out
building I was
to
looking
explain
at.
everything. He's also said he will pop down at some point.
You better do now. I'm sorry, but you better do now. After all this plugging of Vimto and showing you how you just I'll be upset if you don't come down. I might even cry. Okay, if you want that on video, I can maybe go live when I'm crying about it. But so this is a straightforward building. It was monies. I said, didn't I, how much it was when I opened it? I can't remember. It was probably 20 odd quid.
Box, so it's the administration building.
Yeah, no, but they took the cellophane off. So it was. I'm going to say it was 25 quid, because that seems about right. Because that's 25 quid. So for 25 quid, this is what you get. Personally, I would like to see 2 levels on this building. It's a very, very tall. When I say tall, size of a Flames of War guy, you're looking at this being about 25 feet inside.
Compared to that, it's got 2 floors.
So it's basically a 2-floor building with 1 floor. Now, whether they based this historically on administration buildings,
You could probably
I
say
don't
that
know.
building is very flawed.
Very flawed, yes. It's still a nice piece of kit, very nicely painted. It's got nice little details where like the renderings come off. Don't know how they got that so nice. There's no overlap. I mean, it's well painted for what your money's getting. Something they put a little box on top, by the way. If you see this, the little box, that is what used to take the building lid off. When you buy the MDF buildings and Games Workshop buildings, you have to glue something on these to do that. It doesn't just come with it attached. So it would be nice to not have to glue that on when you're building the building. This already comes built, of course, and pre-painted. But they don't always supply you with something to do that with. So I'll pass that to Josh to show you the quality and the fact the roof doesn't fit. I know it does. It's okay. I'm just being a tard. Can I say that on camera?
Yes. The stream is set for mature audiences, so yeah.
Oh, I can say what I like then.
Pretty much. Well, you have been anyway. It doesn't really matter, does it?
Now, this shows you some men on here as well, to give you an idea of... I think that's true scale. I think.
But not really, because if it's true, wouldn't that be rather large and wouldn't fit in the shop if it's true scale?
It was true scale before Willy Wonka got hold of it and zapped it with his miniaturising laser beam.
Isn't that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Or are you thinking about the TV bit?
No, Mike TV.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
And that one where he goes into the little submarine inside the person's body. Oh! What's that called?
Did you have Dennis Quaid in it?
Yeah, wasn't he the pilot of the sub, Dennis Quaid?
Yeah.
And he went around all the body and stuff. And he's like, "You gotta cry, you gotta make him cry, take him out of the tear duct." Go on, what was it, Sean? Oh man, guys, what was that film where they went around the human body and it was like, was it his wife's body got stuck in like a little miniature sub or something? They had to go and get something back they'd lost, or the person swallowed a key to something. Who knows?
We've just asked, will we be at Yorkshire Cosplay Con?
Yes.
And will we be demoing? What will we be demoing?
We will be demoing the usual, but To be honest, I might take Flames of War.
So, say the usual.
Shall we
Change it
take
down.
Flames of War, Star Wars Legion? I don't think we're taking Magic the Gathering purely because somebody else is supposed to be there doing Magic. I might take some cards just in case they don't turn up. And some painting. I might take some backup games. Just because a bit of variation.
Should we take... Well, see, I'm doing the write-up for it anyway, and all that. Should we do Wild West anyway then? Because at least that all stuff's painted up as well, isn't
Are you
it?
there both days? You're not here?
It's quite possibly going to end up into 2 days anyway because of funds-wise. Because originally was going to take a day off and take Blue around and that, but we probably won't
right,
go for
okay.
it, so it'll
I
probably
mean,
be
it'd be helpful for me because I'm short-staffed.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, Flames of War because I love it, which will also teach you Team Yankee. We'll take Blood Red Skies. That's an easy one. It's just in a box, and we can set that up on the Flames of War table. We'll take Star Wars Legion because it's cosplay, and some Magic cards just in case. But they took a lot of space on tables, so maybe not. We'll see how many tables we get. We did take 40k the other year, but our demo set is no longer, so I need to get a new one sorted for that. So yeah, we'll go all historical.
We've
Why not?
added Vimto advertising.
Oh, is that a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell not? I'll put a can of Vimto on our table and you know, advertise it at 55p a can. Absolute bargain price. So, the large building. Large desert admin. No, desert admin. That's the large desert admin. Desert admin building. Same price as the large desert admin. You can fit more men in it. So, for game terms, it's better because you can fit the same amount of bases in there as you can in this little bit. As you can see, it's the same size.
Inner space.
Yes, it was.
That was from Mace.
All right. So, do you remember?
He used Google. He cheated.
All right. What was the I know there's this one. What was the program? Very much like Battlestar Galactica. That followed some like people flying around in spaceship type things, like Battlestar Galactica. But it got canned by the US for being like not their cup of tea. When it was released on Channel 4 in the UK at about 1 a.m, it got so many viewers that it would have succeeded by US viewing standards, and they would have made a second series, but it got canned on the end of this first, and it left them flying through space without an engine after having a big battle with the alien race that was after them. See who knows that one. I'll tell you after those. Right, so basically more space for your men, and it looks pretty neat. I like it. Very well painted as well. Again, very well painted. Lovely.
Is it just a little squadron that kept going out?
More or less, yeah. It was always just like the same 8 pilots. It was like really low budget, and all the effects were like in this room and just flashing lights.
The last bit, can't believe I was known about nicking an alien ship and going to their planet, weren't it? Something like that?
I don't know. I can't remember that bit. I just remember it just being lots of spacey things. And
it does sound quite familiar.
it was very much like Battlestar Galactica, but without the obviously high budget that Battlestar Galactica had at the time. I mean, Battlestar Galactica looks low budget now.
What, the original Battlestar?
When they had like the wire planes and stuff, but this was even more low budget. This was like done in somebody's back garden, sort of dark room type thing. But it was absolutely fabulous, and it had a really good script to it. It had one of the best scripts I've ever seen.
I think it might be Wing Commander.
Nope.
No, it's definitely. You know that one, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'll give you a clue. Unless anyone's told us.
We have got Space Above and Beyond.
Ah, what a guy! Who was that? Who was that?
That was
that
Mace
great?
again. Nice, yeah.
Go man! That's it.
With the chinks. Oh.
Do you remember that episode and just going, oh, what happens to them? Did they get home? And then finding out that the Americans canned the whole series. I literally could have flown over to America to the people who made it and said,
I remember watching
how
it as well.
dare you? So we have just broke the seal on a £20 Desert Scrub. Now, the box art does not do this justice. Because when you look on the website, I believe, it shows you the back. And it shows you the front. But when you see it in the flesh, and I saw this on somebody else's gaming table, it actually looks a lot bigger than the picture. I don't know why I'm trying to tear that open. It might be different. I mean, I've not looked at this in great depth.
Can you remember what the pilots were nicknamed as?
Oh, wow. Oh. No. All I can think is Battlestar Galactica ones. Do you know any?
Looked them up.
Oh, give me a clue.
No.
You just look. That's just.
Starburst.
No.
That's so sweet.
Apple fruits.
Snickers. Marathon.
The wild cards.
The wild cards. Yeah. Oh, that was such a good. I keep meaning to look for it on YouTube to see if I can get to watch episodes of it. And the last time that I managed to get it,
Just download.
well, I might Kazaa. I downloaded it before Kazaa was just about downloading viruses. So when Kazaa was legitimate and people didn't just want to frape your PC.
Do you want to pass us the? I'll bend it a bit. So for some reason this is a bit misshapen due to how it's been stored.
So
I say misshapen. That's the wrong word to use. Just a little bit bent. It's the same as the roads.
to call it gay.
But it's a bit.
Can't believe you do that.
Yeah.
I know it's adult content, but you shouldn't be insulting gays and calling them desert scenery.
They're so dry and humid.
Why you suck your finger first?
Mm.
Right, that is it. How much? 25 quid for the 2 desert palms? 20 quid for that? I mean, I got 2 because everyone needs a bit of scrub. Without a bit of scrub, you end up being scrubless.
You wouldn't have a Destiny song.
Oh God.
No scrub.
Yeah, no scrubs. The scrub is a man who can't get much love from me.
Well, I only remember the song title. I don't remember the words. Wow, that's dedication, Matt.
Was it riding in the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me? I am a secret. I'm a secret fan, might you say, of. I can't remember what the bloody band's called now. What like the band that Louise was in?
What?
Louise Redknapp.
Huh?
She was like a white girl with 3 black girls. Wasn't that the band that she was in? Did that song? That Scrubs song?
Oh.
All I'm thinking is Salt and Pepper, but it isn't Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper's here. Yeah, Salt and Pepper's here. Do you remember that? That's a brilliant song. It was like all the rage back then as well, like girls doing rapping. And then, who was it did Voulez-vous coucher avec moi song? The 4
Moulin
girls.
Rouge, though, weren't
Yeah, the Moulin Rouge song. Who was it did that? The 4 girls. What are they called?
I know you had
And they always had the rapper in. They always had the girl who did like the rapping bit
Yeah,
in it.
they had
didn't they?
Christina Aguilera in it.
Really, she was in that band.
No. This is different people that did it. You had Christina Aguilera.
Oh right, no, you're on about the famous one. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
All
I can't remember,
Saints.
didn't it?
What about All Saints?
All Saints, yeah.
Yeah. So, there's 2 scrubs. I just want to break out into song. The next one is Desert Large. The next one on our list is the Large Dune. This contains 1 Dune. Okay, there's the back picture. This is pretty much a hill, guys. And
Oh, TLC.
oh yeah, TLC. Yes, TLC. Was that Craig again?
Yeah.
He's got to stop getting these questions right. He'll end up with a prize. Tickets to go to their concert.
They're still going.
No, that's the point. Although there might be, who knows? I mean, geez, who was it said they were going to see Take That the other day? I thought they were joking. I was like, really? You're going to say Take That? Didn't they like quit ages ago? They're like, well, actually, no. Half the band is still going. I was like, right. So Robbie Williams went, yeah, I made it, guys, so you can forget about it. And the other half went, we tried solo careers and failed.
Wasn't Ronan Keating in it as well?
Nah, that was the Irish one. That's a bit disappointing. Ronan Keating was the boy band from Ireland. Wow, we're rubbish at this, aren't we?
Yeah.
Let's just stick to scenery. Look, guys, a Dune. Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it. Yeah, so 25 quid. I'm going to say that the small buildings that I said weren't good value were better value than this.
Come in.
Not a lot you can say about that. It's...
That's what it says on the tin.
Hollow resin. It does what it says on the tin, but for 25 quid?
You're probably better off making your own.
Get some polystyrene and just shave it down and vacuum up the entrails.
Yeah.
So if you want to make this out of polystyrene, you would cut a block, you would shave it down, sand it, cover it in PVA glue.
Boyzone.
Boyzone! Oh, it's one of them nights. Nostalgia, Boyzone, yes, thank you. Westlife was another one.
That was it, yeah.
Was Westlife Ronan Keating? Or was that Boyzone?
One of the two, I think it might be Westlife, I don't know.
And then all the cool bands that did all the rapping, all the boy bands that did the rapping as well, didn't you?
Well, eventually they got around to that.
What were they called? Knobs. Memories. Trying to delete them. Trying to remember them. No! So, I'm going to say that is not worth the money. I'm sorry, Battlefront miniatures, but that is not worth the money. You can make that.
That's the...
25 quid. You go down to get an offcut of polystyrene, shave it down outside, let it blow off somewhere, cover it in PVA glue, cover it in some polyfiller or some sand over that PVA glue and just spray it. Get some cheap Wilco's paint.
It's the same size as the scraps.
Same size as those rocks, probably use the same sort of template for it. It does the same as these. I mean, you could say it's a tall, so it blocks line of sight, but if you were to tell me you had a tank this side of this, I would say do not, you can't shoot it.
Oh god. Ronan was Boyzone.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys. 5.
Backstreet Boys! 5,
Insane.
yeah! Everybody get down, sing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will make you get down. Baby, bring it on now! I remember dancing to that in clubs, that was amazing.
My used to say, I actually thought I needed to go drink bleach. Holy shit.
Right. Desert Escarpments. No, hang on, let's have a good laugh. So... Let's have a good laugh. I know they look alright, so I'll leave them for last. Right. Extra large Dune. Same price as the large Dune. Okay? So the large Dune is 25, unless I've priced it up wrong, and the extra large is 25. Josh has just run away to wash his mouth out with bleach now, after saying those names. I mean, it's better value because it's bigger. I mean, everyone needs a hill, but I'd probably build it myself out of the polystyrene that I've just took out the box. It's a good hill. I mean, they're nice, they're not bad. It's just an oversized version of that one, isn't it, really? Good line of sight blocking. Says what it is. I mean, it does what it says on the tin, as you say. I'd probably still make those. Definitely buy these because they require a lot more detail and painting, but I can make that myself quite easily. I'd definitely buy palm trees. I'd definitely buy walls. Why not? They're cheap enough. And the houses, but these, no, I wouldn't. Not in the slightest. Please don't say, well, Matt, hang on, you've already paid for those, so obviously you bought them. So that's that. So the big hill, it's better value for 25 than the others, because the other one was smaller for 25. So if somebody knows that's like 20, give me a shout, tell me, because that brings our price down by a fiver. The last one, well, maybe last one, depending on whether 3 people have said they want that large building opened.
I think that's just got forgotten about with the songs and TV programs.
So this is 2 Desert Escarpments for 25 quid. So, like I was saying with the hills, yes, you can make these. Right? There is a very good tutorial done by the terrain building guy or something on YouTube telling you how to build these rocks. He spends probably about an hour or so messing around with polystyrene and bits of sandpaper, and then leaves it a day to cure and stuff. So that is what we're looking at. Again, you can see a nice picture there of Valentine tanks, I believe. Now, the reason that I like these more than the others is that is one hill. Yes, okay, it covers that much space. That is 2 escarpments. It covers probably 3 times as much space, same price. Nice, yeah, lovely. Do it yourself. Turn it round. Look at that detail. That looks to me like they've taken a piece of shale, I don't know, a nice piece of rock with some nice, whatever rock lines are called.
Cracks.
I was going to call them striations, but I don't know if that's the right word. And then they've cast that in a silicone, and then they've put that on the back of it, and then they've done the entire piece. And it's quite lightweight as well. I like that. I think
pass one over and I'll.
I think it's worth.
Close up.
It's worth £25. I'd rather it be 20, be a tenner each. But if you're doing that yourself, there's an awful lot of sculpting to go on in there. If you're going to do it yourself, you'd have to get a piece of rock, make a silicone mould, probably cast it in resin yourself. But that looks quite lifelike, and they've painted that on with dry brushing. Pretty much a lot of effort. I like it. Done. Lovely. That'll do me. So, why don't we set this up for a game? We're not going to play a game now because it'll take us another 3 hours to play a game, but let's set up a little village.
Right.
Quickly show you guys what it looks like with the same sort of design, because it's the same money. If anyone halfway through this says, "No, Matt, don't put that there, that looks stupid," tell me. So,
Matt, don't stand there, you look stupid.
right. 2 villages, one here, one here. Let's have I'm thinking Black Hawk Down now. You know that opening scene to Black Hawk Down where all the Humvees are just driving through the town? And they're flying in the Black Hawks, and the Humvees are going in, they're flying in, and you just see the town in front of them. I'm thinking that. I won't be able to make that because we haven't got enough buildings. That probably £3,000 later, Matt has recreated Black Hawk Down. So, desert admin, large admin. Let's go arty. Let's angle them.
Do you find it amusing they don't do any desert roads?
Yes. Although, you could take their rural roads and put them on here.
Funny enough, I just think about it, they'd probably still match as well, wouldn't they?
It wouldn't fall into our budget, but if you wish, we could put the rural roads on here. Would you like to do that? Would you, Josh?
Oh, I'm not fussed
Would
either.
you?
I'm just saying it's amusing they don't actually do
It is amusing they don't do it, yeah. Very strange they don't do that.
Needs a name for the town.
Bond.
Vimtopia.
I was going to say El Matamane or something for my name, but Vimtopia sounds amazing. El Vimtopia. There we go. I don't know if that was like Spanish or something. It should have been, technically it should have been like African.
I was about to say, yeah,
We're in
completely
Africa.
wrong reading.
This is the Spanishy type part of Africa. So
Southern
building,
Vimto.
destroyed. So let's have building, getting a bit more destroyed. Seen a few hits. Took the mother load. We'll go with a desert escarpment in this corner. Something for you to put your artillery on. Not that I'm planning for you to bomb the shit out of things. We'll have that and that with one oasis behind the admin building, one well in the middle. Actually, no. Oh, here we go.
Actually, that was quite a good point, Mace. That was a Transylvanian accent he did.
Transylvania. One element. Two element. Right. What are we counting to today? It's now Sesame Street flashbacks. So we'll connect that with a wall. So we've got like a kind of entrance gate type thing going on. We've got that wall coming in there. Bring that wall. Ooh, that wall in there. We'll carry that wall over to there. Push that in. Let's connect it there though. So we've got a nice interlocking wall section, another one there. Let's go for the destroyed one there. Bring that off the edge of there. Got to enclose the village. Move the well to there.
One Vimto.
One Vimto. I'll be doing that all night now. Let's pull that round there. And let's spin that building. Yeah, to there.
I thought you were just going to keep spinning that then.
It's like a helicopter rotor blade. I was making those sounds earlier when my Hueys were flying in and my warthogs were coming in and they were going and then flying off again. I did feel a bit childish and then I realised I'm into wargaming.
You're going to be.
It's fine. Let's spin that round and then have small wall. So what we're looking for here is if you're going to hold out inside this town, game terms, you are looking at wanting, where's the door? Some sort of way of making sure you do not get your ass kicked. So do that. Bring that one there, that one to there, finish that off there. Check that, shiz. Absolute shizzle my drizzle. Could probably do a back door. So put a back door there.
Wouldn't you better having the smash back door in?
What every teenager wanted to do to TLC. Let's do that, look. Leaves us with one, and I'll just put that one maybe there, and close that. So what we've got there is, oh my god,
Leftover scenery!
We've got more scenery. So let's. Oh, what do I do now? It's amazing. Oh, this scenery, it's amazing. I love scenery.
It's like you never seen it before.
Like I've never seen before. I don't know. Does that not work there? Let's. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused. Extend this. In fact, let's have the Destructo ones there. We don't have to use all the scenery. I did throw some of it last time into just a box and go, I don't know what to do with this. This is weird.
Well, didn't you say you was actually going to do 2 towns, like a main part and a small bit?
Yeah, that's what I did.
But you've just made one big one, haven't you?
I connected it up with walls. Not the ice cream.
The sausages.
The sausages. Is it walls that make ice cream?
Yeah.
Good. I'm so glad I got that right, and it wasn't just like, yeah, Matt's on about sausages again. There we go. We got a little back door gate thing
Back garden.
going on. Let's have an even put a doorway in there. That one can just connect out the side of there. There we go. Finish off this.
Here's the thought. Some of those low walls can actually go on top of the buildings, can't they?
Yeah, why not? That works.
Surprising enough, it does, doesn't it?
Adaptability. And I can maybe spin that on its axis. And then move that to the outside so that that guy's got a little back area for smoking his pipe. Check that out. A little pipe smoking area. Where is it for small? You've got no window anymore. Never mind. There we go. Who wants it? You want it. That's better for there. Put that one there. Okay, there we go. So, we've got some woods. Put a nice desert hill here. I won't put the other escarpment in that corner. We'll put the other escarpment coming in. Let's say that, and then the other escarpment's coming in from this corner. So the road kind of comes
nice
round.
so you can actually see a bit more of that.
I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me, this at all.
What, the
Doesn't
way,
feel like
you've
I've-
got it set up?
I think I could set it up right.
It doesn't feel right because you set it up right.
Doesn't feel that I've set it up right.
Alright.
You know what I think it needs?
What? Vimto.
I didn't do it. I feel like I've let Vimto down now. I think it needs a large desert house to fill that gap.
Oh, is it still in there? Is it still there, is it?
I think what it needs is this. I know you asked for it earlier, and I'm not sure if 3 have asked for it, but I know that I want it, so if there's only been 2, I will count as number 3. So this is a large desert house, it is 20 quid. Okay?
Mace has actually put it's
actually pretty amazing how much scenery you have on the table for the price.
Yeah.
Considering that price includes the mat as well.
£397 now. No, £396 including the gaming mat. It's pretty good. We've made a lot of stuff. So you saw the ruined version of this. To be honest, it's same but intact. So comes in those pieces. And I'm going to plonk it here, I think. I might even connect it there. Move that out. Put a smaller wall in there.
Yeah.
And let's have it in the back here. I've noticed they're different.
What?
Same house.
Yeah.
But the thing that you pull it off with.
Oh, different boxes.
It's a different design, a different box. Doors. That's got like a back garden. So
Surprising enough, this is actually good scenery. Like Mesa said, you don't have to paint it or build it. It's just pre-done.
it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pre-painted.
Straight out of the box.
Looks cool. Straight out of the box, you have a game. It doesn't look brill, but I'm going to go with that. I think I'll extend that ruined wall to there. Okay. I think if it was my home scenery, I'd probably chop down a few of these and glue them to make longer walls. Because I feel I need longer bits, and them being all the same shape, I kind of prefer these walls because you can do more with them.
They're all short walls, aren't they?
They're nice, but that makes a pretty nice little village. I've just kind of thrown the hills and that around. I'm not sure what it'd be like in game terms. I need to play it first to find out, but I can see some fierce tank fights, some hiding behind scenery, some hard to hit behind palm trees, get into the village itself, infantry fighting house to house. It is possible in Flames of War. Everyone thinks Flames of War is a tank game. That and Team Yankee, they are. Can you see me here? That and Team Yankee are primarily designed for tank warfare, but you can find that infantry take over a lot. I've had plenty of games where infantry have actually won the game for me, and it's been quite a nice surprise when every tank's dead, but your infantry platoon's still holding out in that building, and everyone's just bombing the shit out of it. And it's very much like the end of Black Hawk Down. I'm going to reference that film a lot because I love it. But then the Black Hawk Down, where like the pin down, everyone's attacking the buildings they're in, and they call in the airstrike, and they just blow the hell out of everything around them, and they're just like in the middle of it all. You get that feeling when you're playing this, when you've got a unit of infantry kind of like sat in this building, and everyone's just bombing the hell out of it and trying to get to them, and they're just there holding out, calling in for reinforcements. And I think the imagery you get off this sort of gaming, at this scale, you don't really get that with the larger scale things. I've played Bolt Action, and Bolt Action kind of, you don't really get the same feeling. It's more of a Band of Brothers feeling.
You need a whole lot bigger table if you're going to do bolt action.
Yeah, if you want to get that kind of awesome or awe-inspiring, but this really plays to the really kind of heartfelt endings of films where either the whole platoon is just getting cut down or they're surviving against all odds, and you can kind of see that because the scenery for a start makes it nice, and yeah, I mean you could do all sorts with it. There's lots of cool films. Iron Cross, one of them, quite a famous film about the Germans against the Russians, and again you can do an awful lot of that with it. There's plenty of the old war films that followed platoon-sized units around and like they saw action and met up with other units, and you can kind of imagine that on this, where like your units come across the table, they meet up with another tank unit, then they form up, they attack the village, then another unit comes in and joins them, and it isn't just about massive tanks, like you start there, I start here, we drive towards each other and kill each other. It's like, you start there, I start here, but you drive around that corner, and I'm like, oh crap, he's gone. So now I've got to go through, maybe through the town, do some cross-checking, try to get a bead on you, and then when I do get a bead on you, it's like so hard to hit you because of the way the game's designed. Not that it's hard to hit, but it reflects the technology of the time. It was so difficult to aim your guns and so difficult to actually load on the move that your infantry and your artillery pieces, your static pieces that now in modern warfare tend to not be as prominent, they actually play a massive role in this game, as do aircraft. I've had a few Hurricanes in my army and they have had a massive impact. Modern warfare games, you don't have such, because they've got SAM sites and all sorts going on, whereas all you had like in World War II was anti-aircraft batteries and 50-cal machine guns trying to shoot things down, and guys who weren't trained in anti-air defence. It was just like, oh, there's an aircraft there, oh, I'm going to try and shoot it. Now everyone's trained to do something and everyone's got a gun sight that's designed to do something, and I think it's reflected really well in this game. And I thoroughly enjoy playing it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy playing it alongside me. I think probably it's 11:30 now. I think we're going to call it a night. We've been going, I think, 2 hours.
11:30.
It's been lovely to talk to people, lovely that you tuned in and watched us, and more people will be watching us. If Josh could just give a view of this table again, a view of that table again, and a view of the pile of boxes and the mess I've made, then he can turn it off and he can clean it up for me.
Oh, thank you. So kind.
Pleasure. But yeah, it's been brilliant. Thanks so much for watching again, and just join us for everything else we do. Have a good night.
Alright guys, so we've already seen this table, but
Oh, hang on.
Vimto.
There we go.
Refreshing.
Oh yeah.
So this kind of goes to show how much the packaging does actually create on this. All that packaging for that lovely table.
And there was a Star Wars Legions table down there.
It was. Yeah. Back to this one, that was quite good. And it was Team Yankee played in this earlier, wasn't it?
It was. Epic game.
See, and with the boxes, we've got 2 boxes up on that table there. Then we've just got this lot here. Well, that is a lot more tidier than that lot. But there we go, lads. Tune in next time. Been great having you.
Thank you.